Hey, what's up, Internet? It's your boy JG here. I'm the AuburnSports.com guy, and of course, you can see Neal McGreevy from Rebels Grows, and Gabriel. You may know him as Gabe. I also call him Lame DeArmond. I'm just kidding. He's not really lame. Guys, word. How y'all doing?
Well, I was doing better before that.
Why? Because I called you Lame DeArmond?
I'm watching Devin Booker and Michael Porter Jr. play NBA 2K.
I was hoping to watch that
on ESPN2.
Is it entertaining at all?
It's amazing what we will pass off as sports these days.
Yeah. I'll tell you this, in NBA 2K, Giannis Antetokounmpo is absolutely unstoppable.
It's kind of like real life.
Put it in levels I can understand. Compare him to Tecmo Bo Jackson.
Same thing. Same thing. Same exact thing.
Tecmo Bo Jackson is the greatest video game athlete in the history of anything.
Yeah. How many controllers did you break because your brother had Bo Jackson, and even though you had 8 people that tackled him, nobody tackled him?
See, I never had a Nintendo growing up or a Sega. My parents wouldn't. They said if I wanted one, I had to buy it, and I didn't want it that bad, so I would just play at my friends' houses.
Sega?
I always knew your mother. By the way, I talked to her that day. She hated you, and now I know there's the confirmation. I could tell that night that we talked to her in Memphis. I was like, I remember saying to Jay, I don't think Gabe's mom likes Gabe. And he was like, yeah, she hates him. And I'm like, hate's a strong word.
That's the same.
But I'd like to formally apologize to you, Jay. You were right in the first time. Hate is the right word.
It feels good.
I mean, I played one-on-one basketball with Dr. J and Larry Bird on my Apple IIc, and I was very happy with it.
Yeah, this stream's a little bit choppy. I don't know what the deal is. I'm not sure what the problem is. I think it has something to do with the OBS.
Now, Jay.
On my side, just so you know, Jay, you're the one that's choppy. Gabe and I look smooth.
Well, maybe that's what it is. My computer's the one doing all the work.
Yeah.
I can hear it. It's like, it's pissed right now. It's like trying to shut down anything I don't need here.
Sounds like a rocket ship.
Yeah, kind of like a rocket ship. Yeah, that's a good explanation. What about President Trump tonight saying, hey, go ahead and take this drug? And I'm not a doctor or anything, but I think it might be worth trying. I don't know. Can't hurt.
He's like, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And you're like, well, okay.
I can't really argue with that. I mean, I feel like if you've got those doctors right there, maybe you could just kind of.
The dynamic between Trump and Fauci, the doctor, is hilarious to watch, because when Fauci's talking, Trump looks like he's just poised like a snake, ready to strike at the microphone to take it away from him. And Fauci is the one guy that, no matter who else is up there, really the two people when they talk, I'm like, okay, are Fauci, and believe it or not, Pence. When Pence talks, I'm like, he sounds like he knows what he's talking about. And when Fauci talks, it's like, okay, I got it. The other dudes, man, everybody else is just, it's just like watching a propaganda party.
It's like a sitcom, isn't it? Like you have to check if you're watching a real life thing.
If it were a comedy, it would be funny.
It would do well. Yeah.
It's just not.
Did you read that Tommy Lee letter I sent you?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I laughed out loud at least 6 times reading that thing.
All right, so we could talk about the virus and how pissed off we are about it. We can talk about that.
Yeah. We can update we had to update our predictions each week.
Right.
Oh yeah. I don't know if I have those numbers in front of me.
I was at 51 last week. Neal was at 40 something.
Yeah, I had dropped to 48%.
Jay was at like 107.
Yeah, Jay's like, it's just got to happen.
Yeah.
I live in Alabama.
I'm freaking out.
Jay said, I don't know, man.
Did I show you all this picture last week?
Let's go.
Did I show you this picture last week?
Oh my God, is that you and Courtney?
No, that's me and my high school girlfriend. But look at that mullet, dude. That's a mullet coming off the back of my head, bro.
It is
mullet. I thought that was just a shadow at first.
Oh no, that's
the real thing.
Hey guys, what's going on? I'm a badass, aren't I? Woo!
How'd that night go for you?
If you look back at how cool high school you thought you were versus how cool high school you actually was, it's the biggest difference of anything in life, right?
Yeah, I would say so.
Because I thought I was all right in high school. Dude, I was not cool.
Oh, really?
Oh, no. Like I thought I was, but no.
Well, your mileage may vary. Well, I'd like to go through that night again, Neal. I don't know if we can do that on the show, though.
We can go through it. He's got to be.
We better not. Better not. I'll tell you that next time I'm in Oxford. I'll tell you about it because it got a little out of hand.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Out of hand or in the hand?
I better not go into too much detail at this point.
Got you. Okay.
But she was a nice girl.
I bet she was.
Grindhard from the chat says never went to prom, failed a drug test. Bummer.
I never went to prom either.
Yeah, it's because you were a dork. That's why.
No, I never went to the prom.
I bet
By
Gabe
choice?
did.
Well, I mean, I guess technically it was my choice.
He's
I mean,
dork.
I wasn't. I would have had zero chance. So I kept it that way.
I went
probably, 0 for 0.
I'm sure you could have found somebody to go with.
I don't know. It would have been difficult. Would have been a hard sell.
Isn't that pathetic, Gabriel? He's like, I didn't have anybody to go with.
I don't know where my high school prom picture is. That was pretty sharp, though.
All right, you want to go ahead and start the show officially, Nealage?
Oh, yeah. Have you put the streams up everywhere, Jay?
The streams are up. I haven't started the actual show yet, but...
Okay, you put a stream on rebelgrove.com and...
I didn't put it on Power Mizzou because everybody there thinks I'm a dick, so I just let it go.
I think that's made up, but I'll copy it and put it on there. I'll go to Neal's site.
I'm a little bit
there it is.
Annoyed because the stream's not working the way that I want it to on OBS, but I don't know what it is. So.
All right, I'm sticking mine where it's a sticky up top.
This will have no effect on the podcast, by the way.
I'm going to tweet it out too, Jay. Hold on one second.
Oh, sure, please. It's a fine idea.
Thank you. Every once in a while.
My little town here, my little village in Alabama, we were ahead of the curve on this quarantine stuff. Our mayor he instituted a curfew a long time ago, way before the state got involved with anything, and he also came up with this rule the other day where you could only have 10 people in a grocery store. And so they had these long lines out in front of it where you had to social distance. So the line went, a quarter of a mile because everybody was 6 or 8 feet away from each other. Really annoying. He's now changed his opinion on that. So now you can go in there.
Yeah. 10 people in the store that you have one battle versus another at that point.
And I did mention this earlier, but so we did a show Friday night, with the auburnsports.com folks, our brain drain, and I was absolutely trashed. I don't even remember the last 10 minutes of the show. I don't remember it. I went back.
What did you talk about? People talked about their experiences and stuff?
Their experiences. Yeah. It was like, hey, I was dating this girl.
No, I mean, the corona experiences.
And wasn't sure how to do it. My wife was in the room, so we were just kind of bantering, but I don't really remember what was going on. I drank way too much. I forgot that old granddad's 114 proof.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I got a little bit wasted.
That bourbon sucks, by the way. Old Granddad. Bad.
You suck because Old Granddad 114 is delicious. It's a wonderful bourbon.
Oh, see, I don't think it's good at all.
Oh, well, okay. Why don't you drink some of your wine from Napa there, Big Daddy?
All right, you ready?
I don't enjoy how when you disagree with Jay, the default mode is just to call you a pussy.
It's just anger.
In high school, whenever I would get into...
You disagree with me, I'm going to insult you. And
he's kind of like Trump. Hey. You're bad. You're not as good as you used to be. You're bad. You are bad.
In high school, when there were disagreements, the way that I would settle it, I would just say, all right, guys, listen, who gets more? And then whoever gets more would be the winner of that particular argument. And people didn't want to fight with me because they knew.
So what's changed here?
Yeah, do you think that I get more than you guys?
30 years later, you're still using the same.
I have never asked you who gets more between us. I've never even asked you that, Gabriel, and I've known you at least 6 months.
Underlying, I think that's the motivation.
I just don't want you to be mad at me. Canoe Man from the Auburn Sports site said trashed is an understatement. I mean, we spent 2 hours where I was relatively sober talking about stuff, but at some point, I'm just I'm just gonna drink now. And I didn't drink today. I had to dry out today, so no liquor. Even though I would love to drink this Old Soul from Cathead, I was drinking the hell out of that last night. Look, look how much of damage I've done on that bottle already.
Oh wow, how about that?
Love this Old Soul bourbon from Cathead. Really
it's
clever
good stuff.
name too. It's a very clever name. because it's a very young bourbon, but it tastes it's good. I like it. I drink the hell out of that. All right.
Are you ready?
Yeah, hell yeah. I've been ready, Neal. Why haven't we started already?
Hell, I don't know.
Who gets more?
3, you, obviously. 3, 2. Welcome to another edition of the Greatest Pod in the South, presented by Automation and Control Systems, LLC. I'm Neal McCready, JG Tate, Gabe DeArmond with me as well here on this Sunday evening. We hope that your hands are washed and that you are safe and all of that stuff as we continue with our coronavirus quarantine in our respective places. First, before we get to the show, where tonight, by the way, the highlight of the show is we are going to find out live where Maddie Tate is, where Maddie Tate is going to go to college. Neither Gabe nor I know, so we're going to find out. Maybe we'll guess and see if we get it right. Maybe we can get Maddie in to do a hat ceremony or something. Does she have enough hats we can pick a hat?
I don't think so. No. So no.
I want her to pick one up and throw it away, though.
Yeah, I did too. I want her to tease one. I want her to tease one of the loser schools by picking their hat for just a minute and then throwing it away.
Like, I want her to not be going to Auburn, but pick up an Auburn hat and make everybody think that, and then go read Jay's message board about how he can't even get his own daughter to go to Auburn, so he shouldn't cover Auburn.
Yeah, funny. You guys are funny.
ACS is owned by Clay McNutt in Baldwin, Mississippi. It's established in 2013. It's a complete electrical control system solution provider and a Rockwell Automation recognized system integrator. I've had enough mezcal where this reader is going to be a challenge. ACS has a full-time dedicated emergency service and troubleshooting staff and a UL 508A panel shop. ACS can custom tailor software packages, custom design electrical control panel solutions, and much more. ACS is a full-service AutoCAD services provider and a full-service fiber optic cabling solutions provider. If you're in need of custom HMI and SCADA solutions or large horsepower VFD specialist, ACS has you covered. They can service and install Rockwell Automation, Allen Bradley, Simons, ABB, Square D, and many other manufacturers. For more information or to get in touch with ACS, go to acsllcms.com. Again, that's acsllcms.com or call 662-601-4381. I'm coming to you from the Clark Ford Studios. Clark Ford's in Amory, Mississippi. 662-257-1900 is the number. Call it. Ask for our friend Corey Clark. Tell Corey what Ford product you're looking for. He's going to send you a quote. Next time you think you're in the market for a car, before you buy a car or you buy a truck, even if you're not necessarily looking at Ford products, do yourself a favor. Call Corey, get a quote. It's going to stop you from getting screwed somewhere else because he's right to the bottom line. No hassle, no haggle. Going to get your quote, and the rest of it is up to you. He wants to be your car guy. He wants to be your truck guy. He'll prove it to you when you make the call. 662-257-1900. Jay, Gabe, how are you all?
I'm doing great. Going back real quick to the ACS reader, I think it's called Siemens, not Simons. I think that's the company you're looking for there. Yeah, I actually had somebody who's one of my computer nerd friends that texted me last week to be like, Neal says it wrong. So I meant to correct you before that. Also, some of the folks on the chat.
I'd like to apologize to the people at Siemens for my mispronunciation of your name. My apologies.
A lot of the people you hear from, Jay, seem to speak in a Gus Malzahn voice.
No, there's no doubt. We got folks on the chat that say, Gabe, Gabe is live from the Pantry. He's got a Pantry backdrop instead of a Power Mizzou one. That's grind hard. Tyler?
I have not yet spent money to get a fancy,
obviously,
background studio setup like you guys have.
Is that a spice cabinet back there? What was the deal?
No, that's a actually, I'm just gonna go grab some nutmeg real quick.
Yeah, a little cinnamon.
Yeah.
Let's see. Tyler says, why is Gabe streaming from a broom closet? And then AU Taxman says, Gabe is going to quiz us on our capitals. There's like a picture of the United States over your right shoulder.
Oh yeah, there is. There's a
Gabe.
map.
What is the capital of North Dakota?
I'm gonna assume Fargo.
That is incorrect.
Is
what is
Bismarck?
the capital of?
No,
Bismarck.
it's Bismarck.
What is the capital of Vermont?
Montpelier.
Montpelier is correct. Let's see. What is the capital of Delaware?
There's no cities
Dover?
in Delaware.
It's Dover. That is correct, Jay. Good for you.
Let's not do this anymore. Hey, Gaze, how you been, bro? How you been, brother?
I went a solid 1 for 3, so I'm happy with that.
Yeah, that's good, considering you have the answers right behind you. Yeah, here we go. My IT friend is watching this live. We just call him D in Atlanta. He said he was reminding me, yes, it's pronounced Siemens. So there you go. ACS folks do a hell of a job, by the way. And you do a really good job with that reader as well. I wanted to mention a lot of the times I drink a lot on this show. Those of you who watch the show, who are familiar with my work on podcasts, I tend to get drunk. I got really, really ripped Friday night on our brain drain, and then I had another Zoom with my high school friends yesterday that I got really trashed on. So I'm drying out today. I apologize in advance, but I'll tell you what, if I had something to drink, it would be this Old Soul from Cathead. I'm telling you, this stuff is legit. I'm really enjoying drinking this. It went down very easy last night. That's why I'm not going to drink it today.
Kudos to the people at Cathead, by the way. They are making hand sanitizer right now. By the bucketful. Seriously, I mean, I don't know what the term is, but they're making an absolute ton of hand sanitizer to help in. There's a real shortage of hand sanitizer. You learn that when you go to the grocery store, you can't find it. They're making tons of it right now to go to hospitals and such to help with the frontline people that are fighting the coronavirus and stuff.
Well, and I want to be clear that I'm not making a joke of this because that's great and appreciate what Cathead is doing. But I do fully expect if this quarantine lasts long enough to do a podcast at some point where JG Tate is actually drinking hand sanitizer.
May come to that.
Yeah.
Liquor is kind of hard to come by over here in the state of Alabama right now. So,
as President Trump would say, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It's okay. Just try.
What's the harm in it?
Well, here's what I'm interested in. All these places are doing carry out and like curbside booze now. I feel like that's a thing that we should keep after we go back to normal life. Like you can still do that. I think that's a law change that should be permanent.
Is that?
I want to back.
We doing that?
I want to back up a minute, Jay. Is it really getting hard to get alcohol in Alabama?
Well, yeah, it's just kind of a pain in the ass. I mean,
yeah, Jay drank it all Friday night.
That's funny, man. You just can't. You can't really pack in. First of all, they closed half the ABC stores, and then the other half they left open. They only let like 4 or 5 people in there at a time, and then you can't go to the liquor. That you have to tell them what you want them to go get you. It's very slow. It's a pain in the ass. And when I go to ABC prior to the virus, I would look to see what they had and then make a decision. At this point, I don't know what they have. They're going to be, well, let me give you a list.
But it's not like the quantity that makes it difficult to get. They're not like running out.
No, it's just slow. It's really, really slow. You just got to give yourself an hour and a half to get it done. I don't like it.
Oh, no. See, I call my place here.
What else are you doing, though?
I call my place here and place an order.
Going on?
They go ahead and I can hear them put it in the boxes, and then they run my card, and we go pick it up later. It's awesome.
Is that like a state-controlled liquor deal?
No, Mississippi has a different deal. It's just a liquor store.
Well, that would be much better. That's preferable. Yeah, because you can establish a relationship with these folks. But when it's the government here, the only relationship they have are with whoever's in the government, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, when I called, I mean, the girl there goes, "Oh, hey, Neal, you just keep getting more and more handsome as this quarantine goes on."
I don't think.
And
I'm
like, "Yeah, here's my order," and she says, "Let me write this down," and then she says, "Are you coming to get it?" I'm like, "Yeah," and she's like, "Oh, I can't wait to see you," and I'm like, "I get it, I understand," and so that's kind of the relationship that we've developed over the course of the pandemic.
I mean, at this point, does she need your order? She just writes down the same 7 bottles of things you ordered yesterday, and ready to go.
She's like, "Do you just want to refill yesterday's order?" I'm like, "Yes."
just bring the empty back, and we'll just fill that up.
Just run it back.
She says, "You want me just to fill this up under the tequila fountain?" I'm like, "Yes, please."
We got a big super chat coming through, starting things out on the chat from Webb Moore, who I believe we talked about this last week. I've just forgotten, probably because I drank so much Friday, but I believe Webb is one of Neal's guys. So
yes.
Webb's
the best.
Said he's going to NYC for the military, and he needs us to be praying for him, and that's
good for him, man. Yeah, seriously, that's thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Ole Miss got a grad transfer commitment today from a kid from Ryder who he's in New York, and I said, "What's it like there?" And he goes, "Man, it's a frenzy." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And he goes, "No one's paying attention to the news. Everyone's out. I was like, this is not what I want to hear.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Yeah, it's out of my control. I just keep thinking, this will end." And I'm like, "So people are just everywhere?" And he goes, "Yeah, man, people are everywhere." Isn't that crazy?
That's not good.
I feel like here, I don't know, like where you guys are, here, it feels like people are really respecting it. I mean, people have to go to the grocery store and stuff like that, but like the town's a ghost town. I mean, it's not like people are getting together at restaurants and bars and stuff.
Yeah, I feel like it's a little 50-50, though. I went to Westlake Hardware a couple days ago, and almost every person I saw in the store was like over 70 years old. And I wanted to go tell those people, you're the ones who mostly should not be here, right?
Yeah, they're the ones that
every
absolutely.
person I saw.
Just the people that fight it, I don't get it. The people that do it's a hoax, it's a scam, it's a whatever.
I feel like we're kind of past that point. I mean, there's not very many of those people left, right?
No, there's still some of them left, and I mean, I get why they feel the way they feel, and they throw numbers at you and stuff, and I'm cool with it. Whatever. I mean, I don't even care anymore. Just my deal is whatever we got to do to get Jay.
Yeah, Jay changed his mind.
Jay's determination to not drink lasted about 31 seconds. That's great, Jay. Congratulations.
Jay listened to you and me for about 2.5 minutes. He's like, "This is bullshit. I
got to drink."
Yeah, I went ahead and poured a little Old Soul, man. I'm sorry, guys. Come on.
Who
am I kidding?
I'm with you.
Who am I kidding?
Yeah.
We're quarantined. I mean, might as well drink. As to your point, though, Neal, from where I am in my village in Montgomery, Alabama, it's a small little village we have here. I feel like people are respecting the heck out of it. When we do go out to get groceries, I mean, the roads are probably 10% as many people as normal. And there ain't much traffic out there. My daughter went out there to get a pizza today and didn't see a car in the whole area. So I think people here are respecting it, but then I hear about New York City, and I'm like, God, come on, guys. Seriously? It's all eat up in New York City, and you're still going out and doing dumb stuff like that?
Yeah, it's amazing how much.
But, like, if only 10% of the people that usually go out in New York are going out right now, that's like more people than are in any of the places we live in.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You live in a big metropolis these days?
Yeah, man. Compared to Columbus, Missouri.
You had one drink? You can't even pronounce my town's
come on,
name?
I'm just teasing you, man. Jeez. Is there any if I take an Allegra, will that interact with the liquor?
No, don't worry about it. It's good.
If it doesn't work, don't worry.
You're supposed to say,
No
Neal, say,
deal.
I'm not a doctor, but go ahead. What? It's not going to hurt anything.
Yeah. I mean, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Yeah. I mean, be all right.
Okay, so we're still in the virus stage. It's kind of sucking, right? I think we would all agree with that. I was telling my wife today during our second walk of the day, we try to take 2 per day, that I'm about as miserable as I've been as an adult, like since I graduated from college. I am.
Is that right?
Yes, I am not handling this well. I have not. It's not like my mom's sick or my dad's sick. I don't have anything like that going on. I'm just really bothered because I feel worthless. I'm a sports reporter with no sports, and I don't feel like I have much to add to society without sports being around, and I really am bummed out. I feel like a total turd. Let's drink.
Well, that was depressing.
That was depressing.
I feel worse than I did when we started this.
I'm so glad I don't have a knife in here right now. I'd start slicing stuff.
I'm not handling it very well, man.
So what did you make of the president's comments yesterday after he talked to all the major sports commissioners, MLB and NBA and NFL and stuff, like, hey, we're going to get everybody back. He said the NFL is going to start on time. He said August and September there are going to be stadiums and arenas full of people. There was immediately some pushback, as you might guess. The governor of California, who has drawn Trump's praise throughout most of this, was like, let's kind of slow our roll. We'll see. How do we feel a week after the last time we convened here about the return of sports?
Well, here's the problem. There's people now who are just saying, I just want optimism. I don't even care if it's true. I just want somebody to be optimistic, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, this and I hadn't actually seen it when Neal called me about it a couple days ago, but then I did see Dabo Swinney, this, hey, we're going to play football because we stormed the beaches at Normandy. Like, we're tough and we're men and we're going to play foot. Jesus, shut up. Like, I mean, this is all. Let's let the doctors figure out when we can. Like, I hope we play football, but I don't hope we play football if we're in danger of making this thing last another year. Let's play football when it's safe and smart to play football.
But yeah,
and nobody knows when that is right now. It's fucking April 5th. Nobody knows when that is.
Please stop being sensible, sir.
No, my bad. Wrong podcast for that. I'm sorry.
I talked to a lot of people last week who were like, "Hey, man, this whole spring football thing, it's real." And the more I talked about it, I was like, "Well, man, that's what it comes to." The more you talk to people.
What do you mean? Oh, football next.
A season that starts in late February, early March, and goes till May.
I actually am pulling for a season that starts like in November, because I think it would be fun to see something like, Georgia coming to Columbia, Missouri in an ice storm in mid-January. That'd be cool. It'd be different. I'd be okay with that.
I do think best case scenario for the college game is a late September start.
That's I'm with you on that.
I mean, because here's why
you're ready to say that's best case scenario.
Yeah, here's why I think that. I think most of the schools are going to be online only for the summer terms.
Right.
And I don't think these universities are going. Look, all of these universities have two things. They have academic type people and they have lawyers. And they're all going to say, from a liability standpoint, bringing all of these kids to campus in July to, quote, train when there's no classes for them to go to, and we've got to feed them and all this stuff, and we have to figure out, now it's our responsibility to make sure they're safe. That's a bit much. I know Ray Tanner has said, well, we could do it. I don't think they're going to do it. But I do think if the schools, let's take the SEC out of it. Let's say the University of Nebraska says, hey, we're going to be closed for the summer. We're going to open in August for a regular semester, brick and mortar school. I think now you can bring the kids in early August. You can test everybody. You can get everybody acclimated. The coaches all say they need somewhere between 6 and 8 weeks to get ready for the season. That lets you start.
I think they don't.
But let's say they do. Let's say they need 6 weeks. That starts you in the third week of September, when, quite frankly, if we're all being honest, that's when college football should start. Those games the last weekend of August are a blazing inferno in three quarters of the country. True. I mean, you go to like Ole Miss and Memphis played the opener this year in Memphis. It was an 11 a.m. game for TV, and on the turf in Memphis, it was like 115 degrees. That's ridiculous. And so if you back that thing up 3 weeks, it's a little more, you know what I mean? I mean, it's a little more safe. If we're being serious about doing what's best for the student athlete, that's best. And play into the first weekend of December, move the championship games back a week or 2 weeks. What the hell difference does it make? And then when the people do the whole thing about, well, what happens to the Camellia Bowl? I mean, I don't know. Back it up a week. What effing difference does it make? And then when people say, well, I mean, what do you do if you have to play in the spring? What does that mean for spring football? It means you don't have it. And when like Mel Kiper the other day was like, well, the NFL would not sign on that and move the draft back. Well, then F them. Of course they'll move the draft back for a month. I mean, listen, these are completely times that none of us were prepared for, right? And so you have to be able to adjust a little bit on the fly for a year, and then you can eventually work your way back to normal. The odds of having normal, a college football season that begins that first Saturday in September that goes until the end of November when we play the rivalry games, and then we play the championship week on the first weekend of December, and then we have the bowl week. The odds of us having that are really slim. And so instead, you just have to be flexible. I'm amazed at the people who can't be flexible.
But Neal, I mean, this is the country that landed on the moon, so we're playing football the first Saturday in September. Dabo said so.
Absolutely.
We drove a car on Mars, for God's sake. I mean, what does that tell you?
We are tougher than everybody else. We're the greatest country in the world. We're playing football.
This is gonna be gone real soon. I mean, that's what Tiger stands for. I mean, that
That's a weird spelling of tiger.
I know. Wait, hold on.
What is it? This is gonna end real soon. This is gonna end real soon. Tigers
is gonna end real soon. Hey, we got a super chat came in.
How long do you think he thought about coming up with that? By the way, that little acronym.
About 25 seconds. We got a super chat came in from Blake H from the Ole Miss site. Says, anyone sporting a mask in public yet? I started this week. It felt weird at first, but you get over it.
I haven't yet, but I know a lot of people are.
You going to do it next time you go out, Gabriel?
I don't know. We're talking about it.
I took a dish.
At this point, all I'm doing is going to the grocery store. It's the only place I go.
That's a place that you want to be wearing a mask.
That's where you need to take a mask. I had a basically a bandana that was really thick, and I tied it. And I went to the grocery store with it yesterday on Saturday, and it was nice.
I saw a thing that said, like, hang on, you're now encouraging me to walk into the bank wearing a mask.
Yeah. Oh, you can walk into your bank?
Not walk in, but to go.
My bank had 2 positives, and they closed for 2 weeks.
Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. My bank has I think drive-thru's still open. I don't really know.
Damn.
I do most of it online anyway.
That's crazy. Mask. My wife, it was her turn to go to get the groceries today, and she wore a mask, and she is like anti-mask. So the Tates are all in on the masks. Speaking of that, my mom, who, as we've talked about on the show many times, is a little bit of a hoarder, and she buys stuff all the time off the various shopping networks, starting chiefly with QVC.
Does she have all the toilet paper? She has it all, doesn't she? It's all in her house.
She didn't have a ton of that, but she's got a ton of other stuff. Anyway, she gifted me a box of masks the other day. I was like, oh, thanks, Mom. Appreciate you. I got a little something for you, Jay. And I was like, oh, sweetie, it's going to be money or something. And it was some masks. But at least we got some masks now, so that's great. And I plan to wear those when I go out in public. It's weird. I'm kind of anti-mask, but,
So to me, see, this is the big question. Let's say that they open the season late September. And again, there's no way for us to know what the hell it's going to look like by September because it's April. But let's say that they open it in late September. There's no vaccine yet. Maybe there's a treatment of some sort. How many people do you think will go to games wearing a mask? How many people do you think will not go to games? How many people do you think will go to games and go, you know what, to hell with it. I'm done with this thing.
There's going to be enough people that the second they are told we're having games and you're allowed to go, just are going to say, hey, life's back to normal, that it won't matter if you show up with them. There's enough people to go that if it's going to spread again, it's going to spread again. Because you're going to have, you'll have minimum, Jay, how many people go to an Auburn game every week?
87,000, buddy.
All
Plus,
right.
people outside.
I guarantee Auburn versus East Jesus State the first weekend in September, whoever they play.
No. Auburn doesn't play those teams because Auburn has the prayer circle.
Okay.
So stop.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
Against Auburn against North Texas the first Saturday.
That's much better. Much better.
If Auburn fans are told, hey, we are playing a game, you can buy a ticket and come see this game. There might not be 87,000 there, but let's say there's going to be minimum 67,000.
There will be a lot.
And a minimum of 47,000 of those people are going to go, hey, we're back to college football, regular Saturday. I'm going to go get drunk. I'm going to share my drinks with my friends. I'm going to share my food with my friends. Why would I wear a mask to a football game? Screw this. We're back to normal life. And that's not an insult of Auburn. I'm just saying if it's allowed, people aren't even going to stay home until they're told you are literally not allowed to leave your house.
Yeah.
If you're told you can buy a football ticket, these people are going to the damn football games.
See, I disagree. I think a lot of people will watch at home at first and wait a little bit and then see what it's like. That's the response that I've gotten from people is that a lot of people are like, yeah, I'll watch, man. I'll be excited. But I'm going to wait and see a little bit, see what if it turns into a Petri dish or not.
Yeah, I don't want it to be that.
I don't know about you guys, but when I go out, I can almost psychologically feel stuff happening. And I know it's in my head.
we're all going through this thing, right, where you see another person and you're like, I'm supposed to stay 6 feet away from this person. So you see somebody coming and you try to kind of veer away from them and turn away from them, but you don't want to look like you're doing it, right? You don't want to be obvious. So you're just kind of like real slow veering away.
Yeah, it's been done. I do feel weird doing it though, right?
Yeah.
Except for my neighbors behind me. I don't care about them. If they think I don't like them, that's fine. Doesn't bother me. One thing the virus took from us this summer, Top Gun Maverick, the long-awaited follow-up for Top Gun, has been moved to December 23rd. I am devastated. I'm a big Top Gun fan. My wife loves Top Gun, particularly the volleyball scene. That's not my favorite, but whatever. That's cool. Really fired up to see Top Gun as it should have been done the first time, like with a bunch of really cool dogfights and whatnot. And now we're going to have to wait another 6 months because some guy in China ate a bat.
Yep.
And I'm pissed. That's a tough one to take, guys. I mean, that's tough. That's tough.
Is that the thing that is most bothers you, that it's postponed?
Well, I mean, we got a pug from Moss Point, Mississippi last August, and we named him Maverick. That's how big of Top Gun fans we are. It's a pretty big deal, man. I mean, it sucks I know that John Krasinski, the former star of The Office, and now he's on Jack Ryan, and he's also doing some films. He just made a film, and it was going to debut like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and they had to stall that. I mean, obviously, you can't put out a movie right now. And think about that. I mean, for the next 4 or 5 months, you're not going to be able to put out a movie.
Well, they've been doing a lot of these movies now. You can stream them at home that are supposed to be in the theaters. But I looked, and one of them the other night, I was thinking about watching it. It cost $20, and when I thought about it, I mean, it makes sense because they're expecting. Well, they figure you got 3 people in your house, probably, right? If the 3 of you are going to watch that movie, you would spend $9 a piece, so that's $27. So actually, for $20, you're getting it cheaper. But I'm not paying $20 to stream a movie in my house.
Is that on Spanktervision? What, at $20?
No, it's on Amazon Prime. It was the Impractical Joker. It's $20.
Hey, Pornhub Premium is free right now, dude.
Yeah, it's cheap, dude.
I didn't say I spent it. I'm just saying that's how much it was supposed to cost.
It's free?
I had no idea.
I gave him my Amex.
Now we're ragging on Gabriel.
Hey, did you guys see where a tiger at the Bronx Zoo tested positive?
Yeah.
They think it's gone from But the thing is gone from an animal to humans, and now from a human to a different animal. That's crazy.
That's not good. Does that mean my pug can get it or whatever?
That is hot.
I didn't know that they could go to animals, dude. I didn't know that was a thing. I thought it was just humans. Well, I thought it was bats.
If you go to Pornhub and you Google and you put nurse in the search engine, that's what it pops up right there. It's nice. Look at that. Conversation goes full circle.
You seem to know a lot about that, Neal. That's weird a little bit, man.
I mean, that's what I've heard.
You've been told that, huh?
Yeah, that's what I was told.
Yeah, my mom's been telling me she's sick lately. She keeps going, I don't know, Jay. I'm feeling a little hot. I've been coughing a little bit. I'm having some difficulty breathing. I'm like, Mom, you live by yourself and nobody comes in your house. You don't go anywhere. You're having no contact with any humans except me, and I'm totally staying away from you. I just drop stuff off and leave. You can't get the virus. Like, you're safe as anybody in America right now. I think it's like a fear of missing out or something.
Every time I cough, though, every time I cough, I feel my forehead just sees, no fever. I'm good. I don't have the virus. I just had a cough. Like, everybody's doing that, right?
I guess. I'm being very careful about stuff, man.
Like, don't shame your mom for being worried she might be sick. She's got to be 70-something, right?
Wait, why are you assuming she's old like that, Gabriel? That's really rude. I don't guess how old people moms are.
I mean, did she have you when she was 11?
It's none of your business.
Okay.
Yeah, she's 78, dude. Of course.
She was 13.
But I mean, I'm just like, Mom, you didn't get it. Like, you don't have it. It's gonna be okay. Anyway, you know how moms are. I love my mom.
She's not sneaking out and catching.
Mom, yeah. Let's see what else we got. My daughter.
We're all hypochondriacs. That's the point.
Oh, here we go. The big moment of the show.
Yeah. So my daughter made her decision.
Okay.
Yeah, she made a decision the other day. It was getting down to where she
So,
I mean, she was going to have
so
to make
what were the finalists?
Yeah, give us the finalists, and then Gabe and I are going to guess, and you're going to tell us the answer.
Yeah.
All right. So the finalists were Old Mississippi, Auburn University, South Alabama, and Transylvania University. If it makes you feel any better, Gabe, she was also considering Mizzou too.
Dude,
but
You want to guess, Gabe, or you want me to guess first?
My guess would be South Alabama, and I don't have any basis for that. That's just what I guess.
Yeah, my guess is also the University of South Alabama in lovely Mobile, Alabama.
you guys will be correct. She is chosen. She's going to be a Jag. Yes. She's going to be a Jag for various reasons. I don't know. She's got a great scholarship deal there. Really, really good. And there could be more coming. So, and she wants to be an emergency room physician, and they have 2 hospitals at South Alabama. They have a simulation hospital. It's right up her alley, man. So she really wanted to have a football team, which she wasn't going to get at Transy, and she wasn't going to get at Ole Miss. And I'm just kidding. I was just teasing. You Rebel Groves, people know I love you. And then she really wanted a sorority situation, which is very thin at Transy. It's a lot better at South Alabama. Obviously, Ole Miss is probably the best there is. But anyway,
how far from like South Alabama's campus do you live?
About 2.5 hours, somewhere in that range.
Oh, it's okay. I thought you were a little closer. So that's far enough away that she's feels like she's going away for school.
Oh yeah, I think it's a good distance away, man. It ain't nothing between
it's
here
not
and
like
Mobile.
in town. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how far away 2.5 hours is from your house, but it's probably pretty far. About 2.5 hours.
I mean, it's about 2.5 hours. That's about 150 miles, probably.
Yeah.
Same as yours.
From your house, it would probably be like going to I don't know, University of Tulsa or somewhere like that. I mean,
University of Tulsa. That's Tulsa's like 6.5 hours.
6.5 hours, my ass.
City
No way.
Jay, Missouri is in the
Kansas
SEC
City
East.
is a little over 2 hours.
Missouri's in the SEC East. If you drive 2.5 hours from Columbia, you're in Boston.
Right. Also, though, what you don't know, I can also get to Reno in 2.5 hours. So.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah, Reno, Nevada in 2.5 hours.
No, you're not. That's bullshit.
Do you know geography at all?
Yeah, come on, Neal. And Nevada's forever and a day from where he lives, bro.
No, Kansas City's about 2 hours from me, so that's how far away it is. Jim.
Okay, that's very interesting.
Okay.
We got a super chat came in from Jonathan Ingram with just says thank you. I hope maybe he's saying thank you for the show or thank you for being so stupid, Jay. I don't know, but just we're glad to be
here. Jonathan's one of my guys. He's based in Houston. Good dude.
No kidding.
Great dude.
Good stuff. All right. We're glad to have you, Jonathan. Appreciate you tuning in. And one of my guys, Hornatius, kept saying she was going to go to Bammer. Listen, there were 2 schools my daughter could not go to. A, Alabama. B, Duke. No chance.
No, but hang on. If your daughter really wanted to go to Alabama, you would not say no because I cover Auburn.
I would no. I'm not doing
Why?
That. I'm just it's just not going to happen. I mean,
but I don't understand that.
Yeah,
Why?
Listen. If they have stuff at Alabama that you think you really got to go do, just go somewhere else and do it. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know why would you go to Alabama?
Why does it matter though?
Just because because you know why? You want me to tell you why? Because this is my ship.
Yeah.
And I make the rules, my wife and I do, and we said no Bammer. So that's that. On your ship,
I will say,
why did you say that? I don't like.
I will say this, Gabe.
I don't get it. Why do you care?
Gabe, I have to tell you this. Caroline, our middle child, she at one point was considering Mississippi State pretty strongly.
Okay.
And we didn't say no, but we were like,
But why though?
Because, well, I'll tell you why. Because MSU Twitter might be the worst Twitter.
Okay.
And we were just like, that's just probably not smart. It's not good. So I think they're out.
Because you cover Ole Miss, you think there would be bad, like that would be bad for her or bad for you?
No, because what MSU Twitter represents, I really don't want her a part of that. That they're crazy. Okay. They need to control their Twitter.
That's a legit reason.
They're the worst Twitter.
So that's same for me.
Worse than Tennessee.
She's down to Arkansas, Ole Miss, and Tennessee. Yes.
Good
no, but I mean, Mississippi State Twitter is worse than Tennessee Twitter because Tennessee Twitter is about bad as I've seen.
No, and look, all schools have a bad Twitter. Like there's a bad Auburn Twitter, there's a bad Ole Miss Twitter, there's a bad Missouri Twitter, there's a bad Alabama Twitter, there's a bad Kansas Twitter,
I
there's a
actually
bad
run
Oklahoma
the bad
Twitter. But there's some places that have just overwhelmingly bad Twitter, and that's one.
Okay.
Okay.
I just didn't want my daughter going to Bama. I don't know. What else do you want me to tell you? I didn't feel like that's a good choice for her. And fortunately, she didn't want to go there, so we're all good. I mean, what if your son was like, hey, I want to go to Kansas? Are you good with that? You like super enthusiastic about it? Like, let's go. Let's do it?
Yeah. What about that?
No, probably not super enthusiastic. But if in the end, I'm not sure I would say he couldn't.
Well, I would. But that's my ship. And you do whatever you want on your ship and your pantry. Yeah. Me and Neal, we're on our own ships, and we'll come up with our own rules for our own ship, Gabriel.
Yeah. Well, congratulations to Maddie.
I was just curious why.
South Alabama will be great. She'll love Mobile. That's awesome.
Mobile's a great
excited. I'm excited for her. That's great.
I'm pretty fired up myself. So we got that good.
So she's been there before. Like she got to visit there and stuff like that before all this happened.
She made 3 visits to South. So, and she had a terrific, I don't know what you call the person that actually is like the liaison, recruiter, I should say recruiter. Her name was Catherine.
Liaison.
And Catherine B, last name redacted, and her husband is a bunker member, and so it just worked out really well. She did a great job with Maddie, kept up with her all the time, texted her all the time, and just really made her feel like she really personally wanted Maddie at South Alabama. Whether that's true or not doesn't matter, but yeah. So anyway,
what's interesting, both of you guys kind of referenced this a little bit. Normally, the summer, especially the early summer, for both academics and athletics, is a huge recruiting time. All these schools have big camps and stuff in June and all that stuff. Yeah. And a lot of kids take visits and make decisions. Like Campbell chose Arkansas in June. She visited Arkansas and Auburn and some other schools late spring, early summer, and then made her decision. If these campuses are closed, and it looks like most of them will be, both athletically and academically, it really changes the recruiting calendar.
My son was had a visit that we had to cancel in April, and another one that we thought probably would happen in May that isn't going to happen. And so now you're talking about a lot of these schools, early decisions are like November 1st. You're going to have kids that maybe won't even have visited by then. Like they're going to have to push these dates back. You can't ask kids to make decisions that early.
That's my point about the whole football thing and the NFL draft and all the stuff is, I mean, if best case is, in 2 weeks we all go back to normal, then awesome, we all celebrate. But if worst case comes to fruition and, the fall is pushed back and all that stuff, everyone's going to have to adjust and say, hey, look, no one could have predicted this. We're going to have to change the way that we do this, at least for 1 year.
And I mean, I think we're going to, because like we changed the tax deadline. If we can change that, we can change everything, right?
Of course.
Yeah. I sent the IRS an email. It was like, F you. I'm not giving you damn thing.
Yeah.
I doubt you did that.
I did. I sent them a note that was like, I'm not giving you crap.
Is that like IRS@gmail.com? F you.
It was IRS@gov.com. And it was just like,
to whom it may concern, F off.
To whom it may concern, F off.
Hey, agent, F you. I'm not sending you my check.
And I signed it, yours, JG Tate. Yeah.
That's not very nice. So have you guys been doing any Zooms lately? We did a Zoom with Malzahn the other day. It was actually pretty cool, man. Been pretty fired up about it.
I'm starting them this week as like stories on our site. I'm getting some former players that I know, and we're going to do them and just kind of bullshit for 45 minutes, something like that. And I'm going to record it and see how it goes.
That's pretty cool. It's a good idea. Yeah. Maybe I'll do some of that too.
Yeah.
I don't know if McGreefy would do that.
I think you should do it more with former Auburn players. I don't think the former Mizzou players would be very popular on your site.
Yeah, particularly considering I can't name but about 5. Derek Chivas, that's one.
Oh yeah, that's going way back. He was actually the first college. Like he made me a college sports fan.
He's a good player, man.
Yeah.
He always wore a Band-Aid somewhere, right?
Band-Aid man. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They retired his number last year.
We did a Zoom with my high school friends yesterday. I mentioned that earlier in the show because I got really drunk. I know it's starting to sound, it happens a lot, but
kind of like now, yeah.
No, I'm not drinking a lot right now. I'm just sipping on this Old Soul. But Yeah, I didn't realize, like, when I started talking to my friends from high school, we have kind of a different way of joking than any of my real friends, like nowadays, my adult friends. It's very interesting brand of humor. It's very crass, and it's very
Or juvenile.
It's a little more juvenile, and it's almost homoerotic. Like it's almost like I don't know, like the way Jackass guys used to do it. And they just kind of make like offhanded stuff, and I don't know. It's kind of like that. It's weird. I was weird to hear it, and then to kind of
really the direction I expected this.
No,
to go.
I mean nobody's gay or anything. I'm just saying it's like we're all joking, but it's just like, hey, I better not go into the stories. I want to tell a story about that prom, though, Neal. I want to tell you that one off the air, bro, because that was.
Can we see your prom picture again, real quick, on the podcast?
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, it doesn't translate well to the podcast, does it? But look at that, man.
Well, but people are still watching.
Sorry.
Yeah,
you can see that. That's me, and that dark area behind my head. That's a mullet, y'all. I mean, it may look like a shadow, but that's actually a mullet.
And you went. Was that when you were in Oklahoma?
Hell yeah, of course.
I feel like it's almost a state law that you have that hairstyle for prom in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Do you know where that girl? Where is that girl today? Do you know?
She was on Tiger King, actually. I'm sorry.
She lives in the greater Dallas Fort Worth area.
Lost an arm. Feel bad for
She's
her.
a nice girl. She's a very nice girl. Her name's Stacy.
She killed her ex-husband.
I don't want to get
to
into
be with Jay.
No,
Jay.
she
And a tiger.
Nah, it wasn't really like that so much. We got somebody else joking about Gabe's backdrop. Says Blake H says Gabe is live from his wife's rapping station. I can't get enough of these, man.
Hey, Gabe, could you pass me the cardamom right there? That'd be nice.
Wow, that is. I would have to go way down the list of spices before I'd get to that.
Is that thyme or rosemary back there behind you? I can't quite see.
Sage.
It's sage.
Oh, a little
Sage is
Garfunkel
good.
humor. Okay, I got you. Oh goodness. Well, guys, first of all, hey, would you have something you'd like to say, Neal, about our friends at Pinnacle Trust?
You know, it's funny. I was just thinking that I probably should say that. Let me find that there.
Because Stacey Wall is such a beast, and Martin as well. I mean, everybody there is just incredible. And if you have something you'd like to add about that, I think this would be a great time to do it.
You know, I would. Pinnacle Trust is based in Madison, Mississippi. They represent clients in more than 20 states. They have advisors in multiple states as well. Founded in 1997, Pinnacle Trust provides detailed, specialized investment management, financial planning, retirement planning for individuals and businesses, and much more. At Pinnacle Trust, investing is treated like a commodity. Decisions are made using objective information and research, not emotions. So regardless of your level of wealth, Pinnacle Trust will sit down with you, listen to your goals, study your expenses, and put forth a comprehensive, detailed financial and retirement plan built just for you. It's pintrust.com, PINN trust.com. Mention you heard about Pinnacle Trust on the podcast. You get 10% off your first year's fee. We're also brought to you by John Edwards of Regency Travel Incorporated in Memphis. Eventually this will end. At some point, we'll get back to normal. And when we do, we're all going to want to get the hell out of our houses. We're going to want to go on a vacation. We're going to want to get away. And John can make sure that you get a deal that will be beneficial for you and a vacation that will create a lifetime of unique memories. All you got to do is get in touch with him. 901-494-3387. Jay Edwards at regencytravel.net. What you do is you just give him some parameters, you give him a budget, and he's going to give you options that you will not come up with on your own. And you don't have to live in or near Memphis to take advantage of his services. But if you do, that's okay. Again, 901-494-3387 or Jay Edwards at regencytravel.net. First-time clients save $50 off their first booked trip just by telling John you heard about Regency Travel on the greatest pod in the South.
We talked with John. Actually, well, my administrative assistant spoke with John yesterday, or the day before, I'm sorry, on Friday. And he was just kind of explaining, I've talked to you guys on the show. We were going to Europe this summer. Obviously, that's not going to be happening. And John's got some really good ideas about how we're going to be able to keep that trip kind of on the agenda. We're not going to be going this summer, but he was just giving my wife some great ideas about, how we can just kind of push it out a little bit and keep the whole general concept together, so we eventually can use that same schedule and go to the same places on the same time period when we're ready to go and everything's chilled out with this virus. So he's been really communicative with us and telling us exactly what's up, and that's been a really good thing, because I really wanted to go. You guys know in the beginning I didn't really want to fly that far, but I'd finally kind of figured out that I wanted to do it because I wanted to go to Amsterdam and want to tear shit up in Amsterdam. And now I don't get to go. But John's been really cool about explaining everything to us and, when we're going to be able to go. Some point in the future. John's not a doctor, but, hey, it's all the same.
But he stayed on a Holiday Inn Express last night, so it's a game changer.
I would suspect that he stays in nicer places than that because he knows where to go. You know what I mean?
He does.
He knows
He
his
does.
town.
You're right.
There's no doubt about that. This is episode number 93 of this fine program, and we like to go back in time and look at these years that correspond with the number of the show. So in this case, it's going to be 1993. The highest grossing film of 1993 was Jurassic Park.
Ooh.
With a whopping almost $1 billion in worldwide gross. That was a huge movie, man. I was fine.
Did everybody see that in the theater?
I did, for sure.
I did for sure, yeah.
I paid $8.50 to see that, and I thought we were getting absolutely gouged, man. And now, movies are more than that just normally. How about that? Some of the other films that were big in 1993, Mrs. Doubtfire, which I have never actually seen.
Have you not seen that?
No, it doesn't really appeal to me.
Oh, wow.
That film made almost $500 million. That's crazy.
Yeah. Robin Williams in that film is really good. Gotta give him credit.
It was a great acting performance, right?
It was, seriously.
You believed he was an old woman, yeah?
Yeah.
Sure. Other big movies from 93 would include Schindler's Fist, The Firm, Indecent...
Schindler's Fist?
No, Schindler's List is what I said. Schindler's List.
The
Firm.
You said Fist.
No,
I don't really feel like that's a movie you should joke about.
I didn't. Schindler's List is a very serious film, very solemn.
The Firm was really good.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Indecent Proposal. Demi Moore looked pretty damn hot in that one. I know I saw that.
Oh, yeah.
And another one that I don't think gets enough love just because, well, for various reasons, but Philadelphia, including our starring Tom Hanks, Denzel Washington, Jason Robards. Man, that's a really, really good film. It's kind of sobering now. It's not
happy. I've never seen it. I feel like this would be a bad time to watch it.
Was it John Bon Jovi, Philadelphia?
No, that was Bruce Springsteen.
Bruce Springsteen, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I also, we were going to talk about 1993 in pop music.
Yep.
Let's see what the big one. I had this up here, and then I lost it. For I Will Always Love You was the number one song of 1993 from The Bodyguard, I think.
Whitney Houston, yep.
I think that's a Dolly Parton song.
Which was a remake of a Dolly Parton song.
Hey. Yeah. I think Dolly Parton is reading bedtime children's stories every night now at 7 o'clock. Is that right?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think she has been.
She donated a lot of money last week.
Yeah, the more you find out about her, the more you find out she's really awesome.
Yeah. She's awesome.
She's like a legend.
Other songs that were huge in 1993, Whoop There It Is, which I could totally do without, by the way.
Oh, yeah, it was a great song.
No, it's not. If Ever I Fall...
Missouri theme song.
Rump Shaker by Rex and Effect was good stuff.
Okay.
Informer by Snow, which was in the summertime.
Yeah.
I lick you boom boom down. That one right there. Let's see. That's about it. Knockin' to Boots by H-Town. Daisy Dukes. Look at them girl with the Daisy Dukes on. So you guys.
That was a bad year.
Not a great year for popular music, I wouldn't say. No.
Yeah.
I'm having to go down this list pretty far just to find one that was decent.
Where were you all in 1993? What were you doing?
Laying pipe.
Junior in high school.
I was junior in college, right? Yeah.
I was in graduate school.
Were you laying pipe?
I don't know that I want to go that far, but it was probably the worst / best year of my life. Let's put it that way.
Okay. Now I was laying a whole lot of pipe, mostly in the summer.
Where you? Yeah.
I feel like Jay started saying that when the show was on reviewing 1979. He was 4.
Hey,
he's like, yeah.
I lived in Lexington at the time. My grandfather ran a construction company in Lexington, and we were actually working on street construction, and we were laying pipe. We were actually doing storm sewer on Virginia Avenue in Lexington, Kentucky. So there you go. That's 100% true.
No double entendre there.
No,
at all,
not at all. We were actually doing pipes. We're doing pipes and stuff.
I had a graduate assistantship at what is now Louisiana Monroe, and I was bartending that year.
Leif B says,
was that when they named a building after you on campus? Was that
yes.
That year, or did that come later?
The McCready Center was dedicated that year. Yes.
What goes on in the McCready Center, McCready?
A lot of business, entrepreneurial type of stuff.
A lot of deals get closed.
Yeah, a lot of deals get closed there. A lot of stuff. A lot of water skiing events.
Oh yeah.
And then a lot of law forum type things.
We had a question on the chat from Avery, who we consider to be a very credible witness for many things Ole Miss. She said, "Is that the year that the girl broke into Neal's house?" That's an interesting question, a very specific.
Yes, that is the year that the girl broke into my apartment.
Interesting. Wow. Tell us that story, Neal.
Yeah, I don't know this.
Yeah, of course you don't. You didn't tell anybody.
Well,
you know this?
No.
I'll summarize it briefly. I was bartending, and at one point, this particular person might have gotten access to my to my domicile, and
cheaters now?
If she has a key, it's not breaking in.
No, it's not.
It is possible that she took a key and made a copy of said key, and at another occasion, about a week later, entered said domicile while I was not there with a pirated key, I think one could say. And when I entered my apartment, I encountered her. There was a frozen pizza in the oven, and she did not intend to leave.
Yeah.
Was she hot? It was one of those deals, Jay, if we're being honest, where the craziness outweighed the hot.
Oh yeah, you got the crazy hot matrix, and she was definitely on the wrong side.
Yeah, I mean, she might have been hot, but at that point, the craziness of her took the hot part of the equation away.
If I were, and let's be clear, I'm not an attorney. I did not go to law school. But if I were defending this woman, I would say in no way did she break into the house.
Correct. Thank you, Gabe.
She had a key.
She was making you pizza.
She had a key.
She may have entered unknowingly, but this is not breaking in.
She had a key, and I did not know that she had said key.
But you at one point had given her a key.
No. She took the key.
Okay.
It's we should call it the McCready Center for closing, because you're a big closer, Neal.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Hornatius reminded me that In Utero, Nirvana's, I believe, final studio album, was released in 1993, which included Heart Shaped Box and Rate Me. Two of my favorites.
Saw actually this morning. Today is the 26th anniversary of Kurt Cobain's death.
Oh man.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
That's sad.
Who do you think did that?
Who did it?
Yeah, who did it? You think he killed himself, or do you think someone killed him?
Yeah, he did it. Of course he did it. Well,
is there some?
Yeah, is there an alternative?
No, there's a conspiracy theory that what's her name?
I always believed that was Courtney Love.
Courtney Love had him killed.
Okay. I've never heard that before.
Are you serious?
If that were true, Dave Grohl would have found out about it, and Dave Grohl would have told everybody about it.
You should do a true crime podcast about it, Neal.
Get to the bottom of that.
Yeah, we should.
That was a real bummer, man, when he died. Yeah, he was really good. I don't know if he was going to be good forever, but he was really good at that time. That one hit me really hard at the time. I remember that. We were in school, and I was like, damn, dude. Because, seriously, if you were in college, and maybe this even is true for Gabriel, who's a little younger than us, but that Nirvana album, Nevermind, I mean, that was just out of nowhere.
It was
so good.
Revolutionary.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah. I mean, that video on MTV was like, that was the thing, man. Kind of changed everything.
Smopton Frankel postulates on the chat that perhaps Carol Baskin was involved with Kurt Cobain's death.
That's possible.
Makes sense.
She would feed him to the tigers, and then nothing would happen.
Yep. she and Jay Tate's prom date were involved somehow in this, I think.
Yep.
My prom date is a very nice girl. She would not be involved in those kinds of shenanigans, believe me. You would like her.
Have you talked to her since the prom?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I don't talk to her routinely, but I have spoken to her. This is actually a little bit of a fight my wife and I had a couple times. I feel like when I dated Stacy in high school, I felt like there were some things that I should have done better. And I realized after I left high school, some things I should have done better.
Gone to the barber a little more often, maybe.
We're not going to. That's really funny, Gabe.
It's me.
There's some different things that I wish I had done differently in that relationship, just because I don't think I treated her. I didn't show enough respect. And
you were selfish.
I was extremely selfish, to a ridiculous degree. And I knew when I got to college, I didn't want to do that anymore. I was like, hey, the next girl I really date, I'm gonna not screw up, you know.
Right, of course.
And so when I met Court, like, I didn't screw up. I kept stuff. I learned from my mistakes. But anyway, years and years later, like 99 or 2000, I ended up calling Stacy on the horn, and I apologized to her for I didn't do anything crazy to her. I mean, nothing like that. I was just being selfish and being dicky.
Of course not. Right.
And I told her, I was like, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done this and this and this, and I apologize if I hurt you. And she was really cool with it. She's like, hey, thanks for calling. Everything's good.
Is that where the song Stacy's Mom came from?
Believe me, Stacy's mom wanted to kill me, and she was not hot. So, no, that song did not work for me. But anyway, my wife actually crawled my ass for that. She goes, why didn't you apologize? That's stupid. You were just being an 18-year-old boy. You don't have to apologize for that. And I was like,
agreed.
Well, maybe she's right, but I did anyway.
I mean, you didn't need to, but I don't know if she thought it was cool, then good for you.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I don't hang out with Stacy at all. I mean,
was she scarred forever from it, or did she recover?
And she's fine. It wasn't anything like that.
Okay.
I'm just being a dick.
So it didn't. Yeah.
But her mom was definitely not the reason for that song. By the way, the author of that song passed away this week.
Really?
Yeah, the guy who sang he played and he wrote Stacy's Mom from Fountains of Wayne. I forget his name, but he passed away from COVID in Los Angeles this week. So sad, man. He also wrote a lot of the songs for Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, which are a really, really good show, man. It's over now, but I don't know if you guys ever saw Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, but the musical numbers on that show are insanely clever. It was really fun.
I wish I could remember the name of the girl that broke into my apartment, because I'd love to find out where she is in prison right now.
Her name is Brooke Johnson. I think her married name is Brooke James, I think.
No, she's in lockup.
Has she never called you to apologize, Neal?
She has never apologized to me.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like she would owe you more of an apology than
there is absolutely no doubt.
There was this chick in high school that we'll just say maybe before I was dating Stacy, I was trying to hit on, and her name was Gina. And I was talking to one of my friends from high school the day who still lives in Tulsa, and was like, "Oh my God, you need to see these pictures of Gina." And I was like, "I haven't heard anything about Gina since we graduated." Dude, she's been arrested like 6 times for various drug offenses, and man, these pictures were pretty sobering, dude. I was like, she's not hot anymore. She's not hot anymore. I'll just leave it at that. I don't know.
Bullet dodge.
Yeah, it's kind of weird how, these people that maybe you were really tight with, or some chick that you thought was really hot like 25 years ago, and people just go different directions. You know what I mean? Yeah, she went a bad direction, I guess. Ay. I haven't been arrested in weeks. Nah, I'm kidding. I haven't been arrested in a long time, actually. I did get arrested one time.
Everybody can.
Have you been arrested?
Can start their own blog and host award-winning podcast. It doesn't work out as well for some people.
Have you ever been arrested, Gabriel?
I have. Yeah. It's been a long time.
Yeah, me too. Long time. Neal?
Yeah. Not in a couple of weeks.
Well, you guys get all skittish when we talk about who wants to get arrested. You're like, man, I don't know where. Look at the time. Look at the time.
I got a dwee when I was 20.
Did you?
Did you really?
Yeah. Oh, I was in bad shape.
I've never been arrested, honestly.
Cool.
Have you, Jay?
Yeah, I got arrested, but it was something really dumb. I got arrested as an accomplice to my
murder.
I was Carol Baskin was my high school girlfriend. No,
OJ.
An accomplice to breaking into a bartender's
no.
house
Check this
in
out.
Louisiana.
This is the most technical felony you could ever get. So this girl was dating my homie, and she broke up with him to go out with some other scumbag. So my friend, I don't want to say his name. My friend was like, "Hey, we're gonna egg her car tonight." I was like, "Hell yeah, we're gonna egg her car. That bitch broke up with you." You know what I mean? So I didn't realize that I thought we were just gonna throw it, like egg her car while it was parked. No. He wanted to actually do it while she was driving, and I was like, "No, okay, whatever." So we did it while she was driving. I pulled up next to her, and then he egged her while we were driving. Well, it turns out that throwing stuff at a moving car is a felony.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. So I was an accomplice to a felony. At that, I was the driver. I didn't throw anything, but one thing led to another, and
you couldn't have said like he wouldn't cover for you and be like he didn't know I was going to do it.
Well, not at the time. The cops come for the owner of the car. They don't come for the dipshit that's throwing the egg. You know what I mean? And of course, like an idiot, I pulled away from her instead of stopping and letting her go ahead, so she could just get my license plate easy as can be. And then boom, here come the cops an hour later at my house. And yeah, they read me my rights and the whole thing, man. I was terrified, but he did, as you mentioned. He said I did that. That's all me. Fortunately, she didn't press charges.
I sat in the cell for I don't know a few hours before they tested me. But then a few years later, fortunately, I got to know an attorney fairly well who got it erased from my record in exchange for a membership to Power Mizzou. So it all worked out.
It's all good, man. Expunged, baby.
It all worked out.
All right. Well, that's a great trip down memory lane, guys.
That is awesome.
Well, you want to wrap it up there? It's about an hour and something.
Yeah, we probably should before we go any further.
Okay.
Oh wait, we gotta make our predictions about.
Oh yeah, predictions.
Yeah.
We got our predictions. All right, scale of 1 to 100. 1, hell no, it doesn't happen. 100, absolutely. Dabo Sweeney is right. We're playing. Where do we stand on football season?
That's where we are now. Last week, here were your scores. J.G. Tate was at 80, Gabriel was at 51, and Neal was at 45 last week. Okay.
Okay.
So here we are.
So are we talking before we do this? Are we talking we start week 1 in September?
No, I'm
or
saying
just
there
is football.
We're gonna play football.
There's just gonna be a season.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm at 90 now.
I'm back up to 65.
All right.
Okay.
We've got you down.
I'm at 70. I'm at 72. But the asterisk is I think it's in the spring.
Oh, well, if spring counts, then I'm at 100. Like, they're playing football at some point.
Well, that's all that matters. I mean, I'm at
100.
From a standpoint of
I'm with Dabo and Trump on this, man.
Well, now Dabo said they're playing in September on schedule, and Trump says they're on schedule. I don't think that.
No, I'm not.
I think at the minimum we're delayed 3 weeks, which would be freaking fine. I mean, who?
Yeah.
I mean, no joke. I mean, if someone comes to you today and goes, "Hey, here's the deal. You're going to start with your week 4 game, and your weeks 1, 2, and 3 games are going to be at the end of the season." Everybody associated with it goes done.
Yep.
1 year only. Alabama Auburn is week 9 instead of week 13. Done.
Yeah,
I'm good with that.
I mean, for 1 year. I mean, seriously, does it matter if Missouri and Arkansas play in week 9 instead of week 13?
Neal, it doesn't matter if Missouri and Arkansas play.
Exactly. I mean, if the Egg Bowl is the 8th game of the season instead of the 12th game of the season, everybody's like, cool. We can get back to schedule next year.
We're playing football.
Yeah.
I think we're playing. I just don't think we're playing on time.
All right.
I can see that.
Well, I can deal with that. We just need football, period, one way or another.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, and the deal is, look, if they don't report till the middle of August and then play starting in 1st of October, is everybody good with that? Of course. Yep. I mean, if that means that we don't have a Dollar General Bowl, I'm good. It's all good. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
All right, that'll do it for this episode of the greatest pod in the South.
Jay's like, make it go away.
You've been drinking, haven't you?
I've had a little mezcal. It's good.
Mezcal?
I would like to thank the people, George Clooney and the people at Casamigos, for their contribution to tonight's show.
All right. Good stuff, McGrady.
Thanks, Jay. Love you, buddy.
Are you ready to sign off now?
Sure. That does it for this edition of Greatest Spot in the South, presented by Automation and Control Specialist LLC. For Gabe DeArmond, for J.G. Tate, I'm Neal McCready. That does it for this edition of the show. We'll be back at some point with episode number 94.
Yes, sir.
Is that right? 94 of Greatest Spot in the South. Until then, we hope you all are safe and you stay well and that you're with us next time. Until then, take care.
All right, we'll wrap it up there, fellers. That's a fine show.
We'll try to do better next time.
It's like, Neal, do you want to close the show or no?
No, I want to keep going forever.
Keep drinking that mezcal, bro.
Y'all have a good one.
All right, guys.
Bye.
You be good.
Bye.
All right. That's it.
All right. We'll wrap it up there with I'll turn the Skype off. Say goodbye to our friends. Appreciate you guys being on our stream tonight. I couldn't tell it from where I sit. Neal's video was lagged off of what he was saying. I could hear him real clearly and everything, but he looked like he was lagging a little bit, which could be on my end. And then Gabriel, he seemed fine tonight, aside from working in the pantry. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the show. I totally believe that we're going to be playing football next year, or next season, one way or another. It's just too important, and I think by that time we're going to have this thing in some kind of control of the virus. I'm not a doctor though, just a message board moderator. Anyway, guys, appreciate y'all, particularly our super chatters tonight. Web M, who I think already left the chat, but we love him, of course. Blake, I know you're still here. Thank you for super chatting. And Jonathan of course, Neal knows that you guys were super chatting there. We'll make sure that gets funneled to where it belongs. And Tyler F. also super chatted. This is probably when I was telling a story and I missed that. But Tyler, thank you very much for jumping in there with that one for show. Blake says high quality Neal freeze frame. Look at him. That's like perfect Neal, huh? Drinking his mezcal. I thought he was getting a little bit loaded tonight. I was very surprised. Let's see. Hornatius says Neal is Ole Miss drunk, Jay. No, he's not. Man, I was tore up the other night, though. Courtney was like, wrap it up, dude. And I was like, okay. Well, anyway, guys. Kept it going. Anyway, appreciate y'all. Be safe out there. Let's try to make it another week and be happy and healthy. And we'll see you back here on next Sunday for another episode of the GPITS. Until then, keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars. Peace.